You guys already knew I had to talk about this one. Yo, what is up, NBA and basketball fans? For those of you guys that don't know, Stanley Johnson has recently called out LeBron James. I'm gonna read to you guys what happened just in case you didn't hear the whole story for some reason, and then I'm gonna give you my personal thoughts. So after game 2 of the first round in the NBA playoffs, Stanley Johnson came out and said, I'm definitely in his head, that's for sure, in regards to LeBron James. And then he was asked about something that took place during a timeout. So Stanley Johnson comes to the game, hits a 3, puts the Pistons like up 6 or up 8. Cleveland calls timeout, and then on the way to the huddles, LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? He, Stanley Johnson, you know, right in the shoulder. And here's what he has to say about that. I don't know what y'all take from that. I don't take anything from it, but a cheap shot, a cheap bump, I don't know. Alright, I have something else to say about that in a second, but let me just get through what else went down here. Stanley Johnson also came out and talked about the trash talking that LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers do. He moves his mouth sometimes. The whole team does. Kind of like the little cheerleaders on the bench. Every time you walk into the right corner, they're always saying something like they're playing basketball. Like they're actually in the game. There's only 7 or 8 players who actually play. I don't see why other players are talking. They might as well just be in the stands, in my opinion. I wish he would just talk when the game is 0-0, not when he's up 16. That's about it. That's all I'm going to talk about. There was some more stuff, but I'm not going to talk about everything that they said. First off, let me just introduce you guys to Stanley Johnson, who are not Detroit Pistons fans. This whole thing, I believe, stemmed from game 1. In game 1, the national audience was introduced to Stanley Johnson. You have a rookie coming in off the bench in the playoffs and asked to defend LeBron James. And almost immediately, the first thing the Cleveland Cavaliers try to do is exploit that LeBron James is being guarded by a rookie. So they give him the ball in the post, right? They give him the ball in the paint. He go stiff, he go rock hard in the paint. He go hard in the paint. He try and back him down, you know? He try and back him down, but it ain't working. Stanley Johnson is a freaking huge man. I mean, the kid is built, especially for a rookie. So that whole back down cheese does not work on Stanley Johnson, even from LeBron James. So now game 1 ends, game 2 comes around, and the first time LeBron James got against Stanley Johnson, he tries the same thing again, all right? He tries, you know, let me back him down. Last time was a fluke, let me back him down. But once again, he's not moving him. So what he does instead is he does like that dirt type fadeaway jump shot type thing, and he makes it, all right? He makes a very tough shot, and you gotta give props because, you know, not every player can make that shot. Good defense, better offense. Then Stanley Johnson comes and counters almost immediately with a made 3, which causes Cleveland to take a timeout. On the way to timeout, like I said, LeBron James Stanley right on the shoulder. For those of you guys that haven't been following the Detroit Pistons, you probably won't know this, but Stanley Johnson, for like the past couple of months of the regular season, he had been having some problems with that shoulder. So I'm not saying that LeBron James was, you know, trying to agitate that injury, but into a shoulder that was already having a bit of problems. Not saying it's a cheap shot, but it is what it is. But overall, this is just the playoffs, yo. That's all it is. It is just the playoffs. You know, emotions running high, this competitive spirit coming out. People are gonna say stuff, people are gonna talk, people are gonna make cheap shots, people are gonna do things to give their team the edge. I mean, that's what playoff basketball is. I mean, you don't just roll over and play dead in the playoffs. You gotta stick up for yourself, you gotta stand your ground. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, what is Stanley Johnson talking about? You don't want to agitate him. You don't want to do that stuff. He is a 19-year-old kid. He doesn't really know better, all right? And it's just emotions. I mean, here comes this 19-year-old rookie checking into the game and asked to guard arguably the best player on the planet at the moment. That's a tough task for anyone, let alone a 19-year-old rookie. This one for you, Kobe.
Warning. The following video contains large amounts of truth bombs. It is advised that if your favorite meal is hater tots and hater aid that you exit the video now. Truth bombs dropping in.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.